everybody, it's Sam here. So I've not long just got off a Facebook Live and I made these Dutch fold cards in a 6x6 size, and I just thought I would carry on and film the YouTube video as well. So these ones have both been made using A4 size cardstock. So the overall size is slightly different. It's like 5 5/8 by 5 3/4. So if you want to use A4 and you want to make this, you know, style, check out the Facebook Live link below and you'll be able to get the measurements for that one. And I'll also put the measurements for the A4, you know, using that size paper in my blog. But today I'm going to show you how to make it from one piece of card, and that's using a piece of cut from 12 by 12 cardstock. So I just wanted to make sure that whether you've got A4 or 12 by 12, you'll be able to make this style. I do have the Dutch fold card on the channel already. I've done it in a 5 by 7. So if you prefer that size, I'll link that tutorial up here. So they fold nice and flat, you can see here. And then you have these little gatefold kind of pieces here, so you can write your message inside. And the idea is that that top panel rests against it. So the profile is that. Looks really nice. It is a really lovely style, and the topper can be any shape. The 5 by 7 I've done an oval. You could have a diamond, obviously the square, rectangle, a heart for Valentine's and things like that, a star, do a Christmas style, you know, version, and then this one here. So I'm going to be showing the most basic one today, which is using the toppers from this paper pad, but you can also decorate it with your stamped images and die cuts. And then if you saw the live, I had black Nuvo underneath this. I did manage to get them off, and then I put green over the top. Didn't like the green, and I ended up moving the topper, and then I've added some little holographic little sparkles there. But again, you can see it all opens up and they just rest against it. And that's how that one looks there. Very quick and easy to make, which is why I carried on and quickly done the YouTube video. So let's get started. So this is the paper pad, the Summer Tropical Birds. I am really down to the last few pattern papered sheets now, and then all I've got in there is the toppers, which I'm going to cut down in a moment. But I've already used or cut the piece that I want. It's actually only this section here. These are from another pad because I wanted something. I didn't want it too busy with the pattern paper there. And then the topper I've just taken from one of the sheets here. So this one, A Little Birdie Told Me, and on that one I used the Friends Make the World a Better Place. Really lovely ones in there. Paradise isn't a place, it's a feeling. Happy birthday to you, sending love, sending smiles. And I think I've already done it, but I've got a playlist, or I have one, with the Tropical Birds cards. So if you've got that paper pad, all of those cards that I've done with it will be there. All you need is a piece of cardstock that is 12 by 9.5. Along the 12-inch side, you want to score at 3 and 9. And then along the 9.5 side, you're going to score at 3.5 and 6.5, but you only want to score the 6.5 just down to the first score line, and then flip it, and again 6.5 down to the first score line. They're just cutting lines, so it doesn't matter that the score lines are different. Okay, so that's what you should have. Next, you want to fold and burnish all of your score lines. So next you want to have it in landscape orientation, and you want to have it so that you've got the big 6 by 6 square in the middle towards you. You'll then have these 3 squares kind of running up the sides. You want to remove the middle and top on both sides. Okay, so all of these two, you want to keep this. So this one includes this kind of flap when you use the larger cardstock. When I made the smaller one, I've attached the flap here. Okay, so that's the difference, but we're going to do this one all together. So next you want to just flip it around and cut them out. I would remove the score line, so I'm cutting slightly to the left on this side. Okay, so you'll now have your gate folds, and then this piece should fold over and slightly overlap this, because that way it's going to rest on top. Then you want to cut your mats and layers. So I've got a piece of 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and that's going to go inside, so you've got your place to stamp and write your message. I've then got 2 pieces of 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 and 2 pieces of 2.5 by 2.5, and they will go perfectly over each of those squares. And then this piece here is the mirrored card, is 5 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then 5.5 by 3 is the pattern paper. Again, all of those measurements will be on my blog, and then I'll be back once I've stuck them down just to show you how to position your topper. Okay, so that's all stuck down. Make sure you burnish all your score lines as well. And like I said, the topper now can be any size, shape that you want. So I thought it'd be nice to show a slightly smaller one. But you can see there, this one's much bigger. This one is a piece of 4x4, which is the yellow card. Then 3 3/4 for the mirror, and then 3.5. I went from the topper and worked my way out, and that I rounded it off. It was about 3.5. And the same with that one there. I would pop them up on some foam. I think it's just nice to add a little bit of dimension. You don't have to, but it's always, I like to add the foam, because then if I decide to, you know, add some more, maybe I might add a few little leaves or something, some die cut leaves, you know, coming out behind, or a little flower, then I can do that at a later date if I decided to. So I'm just going to do 2 little strips here. I've got the small squares, they were just at hand. It's up to you really. I mean, I want this a little bit overhanging, but I mean, you could have it in the middle there, because this overlaps. It is going to, you can see when you bring them out, it does hold itself. You know, you can bring it right out like that if you want. But if you want to hide them by having this overhanging, you can see how it's going to hide those 2 pieces there. So I'm going to do it that way. So I'm just focusing on the left and the right hand sides there, just making sure that it's even. And I've got kind of the same amount here as I have at the bottom there. That looks pretty straight. There we go. And I think it could have a little bit of sparkle in the middle, so I'm just using the little hexagons here. I use these in my recent shaker card. They are lovely. And I'm just going to use some quick grab glue. I've got my little pickup tool here, and I'm just going to add, let's do 2 towards the top here, and then 3 there. Oh, I always like to do an odd number, and that's just going to tie in nicely with the holographic cardstock. Just give it a little bit of extra sparkle, and there you have it. Very easy and quick Dutch fold card. I don't know why it's called a Dutch fold. I remember when I made it a few years ago, it was about 3 years ago, I remember looking up to find out if there was any reason, and I looked at other people's blogs, and no one could tell me. But again, that's how it will look when it's open. Really, really sweet. So I hope you've enjoyed this kind of revisit of the Dutch fold. So as always, thank you for watching today. I will link all of the product that I've used in the description box below. I'll also link the 5x7 Dutch fold style and another card up here if you want to watch that next. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Click on the notification bell, and then you won't miss any future videos. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.